Hi everybody. Today I want to give you our testimony of what happened to Yandra. I'm doing this in English so that everybody can understand because we've got a lot of English friends. So this is our little warrior, Yandra. As you guys can see, he's interested in the dogs. So on the 21st of April, I was 39 weeks, 1 day pregnant. And the next day was my birthday, so I wanted him to just stay inside a little longer to not be born on my birthday. Anyway, long story short, I got my first contraction at 3 o'clock in the morning. When we went into hospital at 5 o'clock, I was 6 centimeters dilated. My water broke. 9 minutes later he was born. Not even the doctor was on time, so literally he didn't wait for no one. And on my birthday, so it's such a special birthday gift. Then we had him for a little while, and probably 4-5 hours after he was born, they told us, no, we have to move him to ICU. So his blood sugar was low, so he was in ICU from the 22nd of April until the 27th of April. He came out, and probably 2-3 hours after discharge they phoned us and they said they sent some stool samples away and he has a rare form of salmonella, which I might have gotten from eating rotten eggs or in chicken or anything while I was pregnant. So they gave him antibiotics, done. 2.5 weeks later, on the 16th of May, he had a blocked nose. So I decided, let me take him to hospital or to the pediatrician before he gets sick and needs to go back to hospital. Go to the pediatrician, he says no, he has a terrible chest infection, into isolation immediately. He was there until the 22nd of May for 7 days and he came out. 2 days later, on the 24th of May, I saw him struggling to breathe. So we went back to hospital, immediately admitted him again into isolation. He was there for another chest infection for 4 days. On the 27th of May, he got discharged again. So every time while in hospital, he was on oxygen. And it was really dramatic, taking bloods every time, putting in drips. And he was so traumatized that I literally couldn't even nebulize him because he was so traumatized by everything. So on the 31st of May, he started having, he didn't stop crying. He was literally crying non-stop. Took him back, I said, no, there's seriously something wrong with him. Now he has gastro. So now they've been doing tests and tests for 6 days long. Every day I ask, what's wrong? No, we're still waiting for test results. No, we don't know this and this and this and this and this. On the 5th of June, no, on the 4th of June, this Sunday, I lost my shit. During this time, I was crying and I told my mom, my baby's busy dying and nobody's caring. He was so white and pale that it literally, you only saw his dark hair, which he doesn't have now because we shaved it. You literally only saw his dark hair on the bed. That's how pale he was. He was literally as white as the linen of the hospital bedding. So on the 4th of June, I lost it. And I just lost my faith in God, and I was like, you know what, why would you give me something and take it back? Why would you do that? And everybody just started praying for him. Our pastor came to see him, he prayed for him, and everybody was literally just my knees because I just couldn't anymore. So on the 4th of June I lost it, and I shouted at Linmet and I went ballistic and I said, how can nobody know what is wrong with my child? He's busy dying. He doesn't have any energy and nobody can understand what's wrong. They changed his milk 5 times because he has reflux, put him on Nexium and Gaviscon, and still nothing. It didn't go better. So on the 4th of June when I lost everything, I told them I want a transfer to another hospital right away, now. So they said it's on a Sunday, they can't do anything now, they're going to transfer him Monday. Monday morning, we got into the ambulance, we transferred him to Midstream Hospital in Pretoria. We got there and Dr. Anal Meyer, she's a gastroenterologist. I can honestly recommend her to anybody. She's the gentlest. I just can't explain it. She came there and he was crying again because it was a suicide. Because it was so sore and he was just gutful. She came there half an hour after I was admitted and she came in. She looked at all the reports and she tells me, he's allergic to cow's milk. That's what's wrong with him. He's got a severe cow's milk protein allergy. Okay, changes his milk immediately, cost us $5,000 a month. But after the first bottle, you could see the world's difference in this child. So I tell her that I just feel like there's something more, like there's something seriously wrong with my child. He was dehydrated and she just said that, you know what, she's not going to put another needle in this child because he's traumatized, he's sick, he's upset, and yeah, we're busy losing this child and she needs to figure out what's wrong. But she tells me now it's only a cow's milk protein and his gut actually got damaged. So long story short, she came back the next morning and she tells me, Mommy, remember you told me that you think there's something more serious going on? And I said yes, and she said there is. It looks like the cells in his metabolism is not working. So in this metabolic sickness you get 3 types: curable, non-curable and treatable. One that they can outgrow. So it takes 4 to 6 weeks. She needs urine for 3 bottles of urine so that they can test all 3 types and see which one flares up. So then I just lost my faith. Then that night, 10 o'clock, she came and she said, let's do a cystic fibrosis test on him as well. It's a sweat test. So she did the sweat test and it came out positive. He tested positive for cystic fibrosis and my whole world just came crashing down. I lost faith in God. I was like, what type of God are you? I don't ever want to speak to you again. And I want to thank everybody that kept on praying for him because I couldn't anymore. I was so negative and I just thought that, you know what, just take him. Take him now. I don't care anymore. I just went numb. So obviously I googled cystic fibrosis and I was in a state. I phoned my mom and I was like, he's gonna die and blah blah blah. I googled and I saw there that you never get a negative, a false positive sweat test in a state. I was like, he has cystic fibrosis, he's not gonna live long. People with cystic fibrosis or who lost someone due to cystic fibrosis will know that this is not a disease that you want for anyone. So she said that they have to do the genetic test to confirm it, but the sweat test tested positive. So we waited 8 weeks. Today we got the results and there's no signs of cystic fibrosis. It's the one and only Digo Double G. And that's just, it blows my mind how amazing God is and how amazing everybody is. They kept on praying for our little man. He's so happy today, he's a healthy baby, and if I didn't insist on taking him to another hospital, he would not have been here. And then they also said that there's a ventricle in his brain is way bigger than the other ventricle. So when we got home and he reacted so well to the new milk, I just prayed every night and I touched his head and I said, thank God, thank you Jesus for the healing of his brain. Thank you for the healing of his chest, that there's no cystic fibrosis. I just did that every day. Today we got the results that there's nothing wrong with him. Cystic fibrosis wise, I went to 2 doctors now and they said that he's a perfectly normal little boy. There's nothing wrong with his ventricle in his brain. So, yeah, that's in a nutshell our life story. And we went through a really difficult time. I mean, we had a little girl, Diana, everybody knows her, and she couldn't understand. Now mommy's around, now daddy's around, but we're not a family anymore. So yeah, I just want to tell people out there, it's okay to lose faith. It's okay to let people be your knees. I always say, I used to say when I was so sick, there's no God, because God will not allow this. But you know what? The devil steals life. The devil can. The devil harms. The devil takes life. And don't just always blame God. Life happens. And it's easy for me to say now because I've got a perfectly healthy little boy. But I've really had my fair share of shit. Sorry for my word, but yeah, I just want to say that God is good, and this little bundle is 4 months old already. We changed his milk now, so we're trying to challenge him with a little bit of cow's milk, and he's doing well, except for a runny tummy. But the doctor's not concerned about that. And yours. Oh, and then on the 10th of July, he got admitted again to do a pH test. Because I keep on telling the doctor the next year makes him sick. The next year makes him sick. Eventually she said, okay, let's do the pH test to see if we can replace the Nexium with something else. We did the pH test. He did a barium swallow. The next day, they phoned us. And they said, he doesn't have any reflux. Stop all medicine. So this is how good God is, people, and I just had to share my story. And this is the little baby that we almost lost, but due to people having faith and amazing friends that helped me up when I was down, and a wonderful husband that supported me with all my outbursts and frustrations and whatever, we've got a perfectly healthy little boy. So yeah, that's the story, and I just want to give everybody hope that there really is a God. And I know that a lot of you have lost babies or have severe disabled babies, and I'll be your knees this time. You don't have to, you can lose your faith, you can do whatever you want to. I will be your knees, because this is living proof that God exists. Hey, 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 hey. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I just had to share how amazing God is. I just want to say that his face is not usually that red. His dad kissed him and played with him, and he was laughing out of his tummy, so that's why his face is so red. He doesn't usually look like that.